haven't really decided what I want to title this video yet. The main thing I'm going to be doing is taking down my 10-gallon aquarium. But before I got into that, I wanted to be very quick and open about my situation, just as a young adult and the projects I want to do. So everything that you're going to be seeing, either briefly in this video or in the future, in photos, on Instagram, potentially, right, it's all going to be temporary. I'm focusing on just kind of upgrading and resetting everything that I have, because I used to have my own space. I had my own space for a few years, but you know, in this society, this economy, it's not very financially realistic, very difficult. While I had my own apartment, it was a big struggle. I was able to mostly take care of myself, though I mean, there was limitations. You know, I had pretty big budget, pretty tight food budget, and my animals were more important than taking care of myself. Not that I had a whole lot going on financially that they needed. I have slightly bigger responsibility now, just with my cat. She's a newer addition to the family. However, I moved in a few years ago with, you could say, my family in a family home. I live with just a few of my siblings in my grandparents' house. My grandparents do not live here. We just take care of the house and we occupy it for the most part. So the past few years have been mostly me on a journey, being able to have more time and financial flexibility on supporting myself and my interests, my hobbies, and even my career. So I've been through a few different career paths, kind of, mostly. I feel very happy about where I am now, for the most part, other than having my own space. So that's going to be my next bigger goal. But while I'm here, I'm going to be focusing on doing the best with what I have and what I want out of it. My animals are going to be a big thing. They're going to be fully, like, organizing and then upgrading, redoing everything. And then I'm going to be starting a new full-time job soon. So most of that money is, like, a little bit more money that's going to be coming in besides bills and food and self-care that I'll be able to slowly spend on the animals and my future goals. So I'll talk a little bit more about that, but for now, I'm gonna go grab some equipment and start taking down the 10-gallon aquarium. Okay, so I don't know why I didn't think to unplug the filter right away. I was thinking of other things, I guess. But I want to take time to set up that 6-gallon, because just in case it's a little bit longer than I want, and I still need to clean it. So I'm going to be using this 2-gallon that I have on hand. I've used this 2-gallon for a lot of random things over the years. Obviously, I want to keep anything permanent in it, and the only things I've kept temporary in it are little baby things, and mostly just plants. So I'm gonna be basically throwing everything into this 2-gallon with some water temporarily. That's literally all I'm doing. And it's just gonna be a little thing that I'm gonna manage. This is literally gonna be here for like 2 days at the most. I'll probably have time to do it tomorrow. I just don't really have time to do everything today. And then once I have that 6-gallon set up, it's only gonna sit for like 2 days or something, and then I'll transition the little animals over to it. Mostly just some snails and those 2 little fish. I used to have more in this tank, but it's just been those 2 little guys for a short little while. And I've been really wanting to upgrade this so that I want a tank just full of chili rasboras. That's going to be what I want. So that's going to be my goal. But anyways, I'm taking this down right now, even though I didn't want to take it down right away, because I'm going to be gifting this tank to my cousin. One of my cousins, who's also an animal person, just graduated from high school. They're going to college for paleontology. Very cool, very cool. But their dorm allows for up to a 10-gallon tank. This is a 10-gallon tank, like I've said. I'm going to be gifting this to him and talking him through his first aquarium. So very exciting. I'm gifting to him because I'm probably not going to use it. If I did have it, I would use it. But since I'm planning on upgrading this tank and doing a number of other things, I figured why not give it to him as a little graduation gift for his dorm. Okay, so I'm going to be setting up in the 6-gallon temporary for probably a month, maybe month and a half or 2 months at most, depending on how smoothly things are going as I'm setting up. I should unplug this. I don't know why I didn't think to unplug the filter. Okay, so while the last little bit is draining out, I'm just going to explain quick. So tonight at some point I'm going to be cleaning out this tank. I'm going to take this sand because I want to use this sand, but I'm going to be saving some of the water to give to him for a bacteria boost, as well as some other stuff. I'm going to make him a cute little kit, nothing too crazy, just from what I have here pretty much. And then tomorrow when I put that together, I'm also going to set up the 6-gallon, and then I'll probably update you guys tomorrow. I'm not going to update anything super crazy because this is just a very small temporary project, but when I upgrade this tank officially and take down the 6-gallon, you'll probably see kind of an update at that point, and then the next step. Here's some of my blue ram's horn snails. I got these years ago as a gift. I still have quite a few of them. I've never added more genetics, so they're starting to kind of die out slowly. But they're still doing really good. Okay, so probably the next bigger project that I'll be doing is this tank right here. This is a axolotl that I rescued recently. This is just a very quick temporary setup I did for him. Of course, he was originally in like a clean hospital tank style. It was a bit smaller than this because he's a little guy. He's pretty small. He's grown just in the past month. But when I got him, he was pretty beat up. His tail was pretty torn to shreds. And then he was missing his front right arm. It has now fully grown back. His gills were pretty messed up too, but in that hospital tank he did really, really well. I transitioned him to black water and more of a natural environment. And then before I went on my work trip, I quickly transferred him to this. I just got back. He is my next focus. He was my first focus before I started the whole thing with my cousin graduating in the 10-gallon. But that's a very quick project, and it's not costing me any money until I am ready to upgrade. So this is going to be the next real big project. I have an idea of what I want to do. I'm still trying to figure out plants, because I want plants in his tank, but it's really hard to kind of do plants with them. I have an idea of what I want to do, but it's not official yet. So if anyone has any good recommendations on plants specifically for axolotls, honestly, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep him in the long run. He is really fun. I hand feed him. He's very social. Very cute. He's a black morph, kind of natural, wild type as they would call him. I don't know. I might rehome him. I might set him up at a friend's or family's house. He's just not an animal that he wasn't like on my list of one that I really wanted to get. He is really cute. I'm glad that I took him in. But we'll see. And then my next thing is you probably can't see it, but all my tarantulas are back here. I'm going to be upgrading most of my tarantulas. And then when I had my own space in my apartment, they were mostly all bioactive. During that time was really when I was really learning and getting into it and experimenting. And then with moving and everything like that, it's just over time I don't really have any bioactives set up besides my few aquariums and then this big one here. I used to have a lot more houseplants too, but my iguana has destroyed a lot of those, and then some of them also died. Unfortunately, when I moved houses, they got very stressed out and I could not find a spot in the house that they were comfortable with, and they just didn't make it. And my iguana did not help. He did not help. So there's a whole large process that's going on, and then he's also getting a really, really big upgrade this year. I'm going to focus on some other things before that, but he is on the top priority of the list. Okay, so here's the 2-gallon. This is the 6-gallon. I just started planting all of my dwarf grass here. It's mostly gone and clear. You can tell there was a small algae bloom that popped up. I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in with my siphon and kind of try to get up what I can before I transfer the fish and everything over here. I'm not going to be putting all of this stuff back into this tank. If I can try to find more of this grass, other than that, it'll grow in really fast. This always grows really fast for me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.